Episode 30, The Script of Salvation. Why Grace Took Time. In an age where everything is instant, meals, messages, even miracles, we often forget that the most beautiful things take time. We ask questions like, if God is love, why didn't he send Jesus right away? Why the long wait between Eden and Calvary? The answer lies not in God's delay, but in his design. Grace was never a patch. It was a promise. And promises, real ones, are not rushed. They're written into a story, one that unfolds slowly so we can see ourselves in every chapter. Act 1. The Fall and the Fracture. It all began in a garden, where trust was shattered and intimacy lost. Adam and Eve chose independence over communion, and in doing so, tore the thread that once connected heaven and earth. God didn't step in to fix things like a panicked parent. He stepped back like a wise father who knew that healing begins with awareness. Before grace could come, the wound had to be understood. The world had to learn, through generations of pain and struggle, that we are not gods, and we cannot save ourselves. Act 2. The Longing and the Learning. Enter the age of the patriarchs and prophets, Abraham's trust, Moses' law, David's songs, Isaiah's warnings, all pieces of a divine script building slowly, showing how the law could guide but never fully redeem. Each covenant whispered hope, but also echoed a truth. No system, no leader, no ritual could restore what was lost. And yet, God didn't abandon the world to darkness. He left a trail of light, prophecies, miracles, voices in the wilderness, all pointing to something greater still to come. God wasn't just preparing the world, he was preparing the heart. Act 3. The Arrival of Grace. Then, when the world was weary enough to recognize its need, grace arrived, not with thunder but in swaddling cloth. Jesus didn't launch a global campaign. He didn't conquer with swords or slogans. He entered through vulnerability, walked among outcasts, wept at tombs, dined with sinners, and touched the untouchable. Every step was calculated, not to impress, but to invite. Every word spoken was a line in the grandest story of all, the author stepping into his own plot. And when he died, it wasn't the end. It was the exclamation point of a love letter written in blood. Grace wasn't just revealed, it was released. Act 4. Your scene in the story. And now? Now the script is in your hands. You are not just a reader of the story. You are a character, a witness, a messenger. The same grace that took centuries to arrive is now waiting for your response. Not with pressure, but with patience. God still writes, still calls, still waits. The question is no longer why grace took so long, but rather, will I live like grace has finally come? Reflection. Prompt. What season are you in right now? The wilderness, the waiting, or the invitation to rise? If your life were a scene in God's script, what would your next line be? And would it speak of trust, surrender, or transformation,